Hi, students. It's Professor Wood. Welcome to how to turn in or how to begin building your student portfolio in OneDrive. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. Remember that I am human, and so I do want to go ahead and add that on to this video so that you are aware. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Panther Central and log in. I'm going to start from scratch. So I'm logging in. Hopefully it will remember that I'm already logged in. And I'm sharing my screen with you. So you'll see that I have a zillion things to grade, but I'll get to that. I'm going to go ahead and go up here to the Rubik's Cube and SharePoint, and I'm going to go to OneDrive. So the first thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to create a folder. So I'm going to enter my folder name. So I'm going to title this folder um, ENC0026 Digital Portfolio Fall 2025. And of course, I can't spell today, so I'm going to fix that right there. And then I'm going to put sample students here. And obviously, I'm going to pick purple because purple is my favorite color. And then I'm going to click create. So it says that it is created. So I'm going to go home now. And then I'm going to go to my folders or to my documents. I'm just going to click on here where it says created folders. Back to OneDrive, go home, and then see if I can't find my folder. So my files. All right, so see, it says here, see, this is my first attempt. I didn't do very well with it. So I'm going to click on English 0026 Digital Portfolio. So I'm just going to click on this button here. It says this folder is empty. So it says at the bottom here, you can drag and drop files here to access them from any device. So at this point, I am going to begin adding artifacts to my portfolio. So this is where I will go over here to the left where it's got the plus sign. It says create or upload. And I'm going to click on file upload. So in your file upload, I am going to, of course, the requirements are your Dear Reader letter. You need 2 to 3 grammar practices, 2 to 3 collaborative exercises that we've done in class along with revisions. So you would put the original assignment and then the revision that we gave you. So most of you have been taking pictures throughout the course of what I put on the board. So that will help. You can email them to yourself and then upload them into a Microsoft Word doc. If you need assistance with that, I'll be happy to help you do that. I have already, of course, pre-done all of this. So this will be just kind of a basic guideline. And if you are more tech savvy, then you probably won't have any issues with this. I'm still learning as this digital portfolio is a first for this class. And I'm super excited to see the results and how it works in this class. So obviously I have a lot of things on my desktop because I'm using my personal computer and not my school issued computer. You should see that one if you think there's a lot of files on this one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just start adding things. So I've got here the Dear Reader letter sample, which is your introduction to the portfolio. And I'm going to click open and it's going to upload into my digital portfolio. And so I have that here. And then the next thing I'm going to do is add in something else. And so I'm going to click on File Upload. And I'm going to search my desktop to see what I have here. And so I've got so many things on here. Um, let's see. I think that I may have to switch. Let me go to downloads here. So here I have a couple of pictures, and I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we're going to try. We're going to click Control so that I can highlight more than one. And I'm going to click Open and see if it will upload in here. Okay, so I have here the IMGs, JPEGs, for the assignment. And so I'm just going to kind of open it up here. This is a student sample with um, my feedback on it. You see why I don't use red pen, obviously. And I've got this one, and then I've got the second page. So what I'm going to do now is X out of it, and then I need to rename them. So I'm just going to click here. And again, it could be an image. Click. It's page 2. Okay. Just kind of looking at my numbers so that I know. Okay. So unclick here, and then I'm going to go over here to these 3 dots, and I'm going to click rename. And instead of saying IMG, I'm going to say page 2, week 6 assignments with feedback, and then update it. And so my title should be changed. And then I'm going to go here and I'm going to click on the 3 dots again, and I'm going to click on rename, and then I'm going to rename week 6 assignment page 1 with feedback. And then I'm going to click update. So now I have here, I have page 2 and page 1 of the assignment, my Dear Reader letter sample. So I have these 3 things in here, and then I'm going to create and upload one more thing, which is or 2 more things actually. I'm going to upload a file, and I'm going to see if I can find it. Oh my goodness. Okay. My revision practice here. So let me see if I can find it. I have it. It goes in alphabetical order. Documents. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go here to revision practice week 7 in class, and I'm going to open that, and that's going to upload. And so here, if you open it up, you'll see I already have it prepared. This is the assignment that we did in class last week. I took photos of it, and then I just uploaded it onto a Microsoft Word document. But I also need the original assignment so that I can see exactly what I did with the revision. So I'm going to go to File Upload again and see if I can't find the revision practice week 7 in class. That's my document. So let's see here, downloads. Stop. I am human, remember? So documents. Oh, for some reason, I can't find that. So we're just gonna look for that until we find it because, again, I am human. But because I'm sharing my screen, I can actually go into my Panther Central and go to Brightspace and find the assignment. Actually, I'm going to go to content. And that was from week 7. So I have it here. Grammar practice week 7. So I'm going to download that right here. I'm going to enable editing, file, save as, and I'm going to save it to my PC. And I'm going to say week 7 so that I know. And then I'm going to click save. I'm going to more options, and then I'm going to click desktop so that it shows up on there. And I'm going to click save. Sometimes you got to go through a lot of steps to get this stuff done. So, and then I'm going to go back to my folder here, my digital portfolio. And now that I've saved that document, I'm going to create a file upload. And I'm going to go to my desktop because that's where I saved it. And it should now be here, revision practice original week 7. Click on that, click open. it says it's in use, which means it's still open. So I'm just gonna X here at the bottom, and then we're gonna go back here, and then we're gonna click open. Bam. So again, revision practice week 7. I think, and I'm not quite sure if I can reorder these yet. I'm still working on finding out about that. But for now, I have several things in here. I have got my Dear Reader letter sample, which is my introduction. I have my revision practice week 7, the original, and then I have the revision practice week 7, which is what we actually did in class. Then I have week 6 assignments, page 1 with feedback, which was the response to my name by Sandra Cisneros. And then I have week 6, page 2 assignment with feedback. And that also has a mini reflection on it. So this week, you're actually going to do your midterm reflection, even though we're a little bit past the midterm, as to how you've grown. And so that's going to be added into this as well. For your digital portfolio. So you have a little bit more of that. But just to recap and make sure that you understand, when you go into your OneDrive, you are going to check My Files, and you should be able to see your digital portfolio that you created. You can watch this video as many times as you want. And please remember that I am absolutely 1000% human. And so if you have a better way, I am more than happy to listen to suggestions. I am still very new at this and learning along the way as well. But I'm very excited to see what you do with this portfolio. And I know it is productive struggle. I'm learning as well as we go along with this, but just make sure that you have everything in there that is required. It's not due until the very last day of the course. So, and anyway, just make sure that at the end of the week or at the end of every week, whatever assignment you decide you want to upload, you can do that. You can save it to a document. Um, I always recommend having the handwritten ones because it's what we're doing in class. And you can choose the best ones. You'll use the original versus the revised one that we do in class. But remember, you only need 2 to 3 of those. You don't want your portfolio to be overwhelming. At the end of the course, and again, that'll be on the very last night. I'm going to point out something. I just got to move this here. So you will, where it says download, you will be able to download it, download everything into your file, from your file into a OneDrive folder, and that's where we will save that to PDF. Now, if you're using a Mac, it may be a little bit different because I'm not quite sure how that works. But again, you have access to OneDrive with your tuition here. So anyway, this is just a short video. I am so sorry that it is late. I wish that I had gotten it to you sooner, but it's been a very, very busy week for me with homecoming and all the craziness at the high school, of course. But if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and please, please, please watch this video. Watch this video as many times as you need to. Ask questions when I see you on Tuesday. And I am looking forward to seeing your faces on Tuesday evening at the college. So have a great week. Hopefully this has helped a little bit, and please feel free to give me a text, email, or ask me questions in class on Tuesday evening. Have a great week, and don't forget to do your assignments.